People, real quick. I'm sitting here in my little space. Y'all already know how I be doing, right? But let me say this real quick, and I ain't trying to, and I really don't want Father to, start weighing on me and be up on here too long. Okay, so this is my young prince here, as y'all can see. Him got something to say, but let me stop looking out this window. Look, real quick. I know that he talking about all this stuff that's going on, but one thing that we got to know here now is that this kingdom of darkness, I'm gonna just use that because, like I said, I don't want to get all, I don't want this to be a long video of that order because I'm in my zone. I want to get back to my zone. What was that? But this thing need to be said. This kingdom of darkness got a APB out on us.
You're live?
Yes, I'm on live right now. What's up? You coming in to join me? You gonna come wave? You coming to wave? Jeez.
Really? Is anybody on here?
Do it matter yet? Are you gonna say what's up?
Wait, you're gonna post it on your YouTube?
Oh boy. Is you gonna say what's up or not, E? Wait.
Hi.
All the way over there? Okay. So anywho, y'all, listen, close my door right quick, please. This Joker, okay? Not you.
You know
What?
Brown pillow?
What brown pillow, babe?
Like any brown pillow.
One is in the room and one is outside on the side of the van because I took it with me to the beach. Now, you know I'm on live and you got me having sidebar conversation. You get him, Jaden. But listen, real quick, because this is, look, come on now. How long? I can't even see how long. What?
Wait, who's coming to the family reunion?
Eric. Nobody, okay? Because they all shot up with the thing, okay? Now, can you stop asking me questions while I'm up on here so I can get on and get off? Good grief. Look, y'all. I'm going to just read y'all a little snippet of something right quick because I got to get back in my space now.
Me too.
You going to read something? You want to read what you got first?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yah will help your future, but enemies will try to ruin your current state. But whatever happens, if Yah sees something he can use in you, he will spare you. If Yah sees a little hope in you, he will help you in your time of need. Never let your thoughts take over. Never let your past mess up your future.
Oh, that's a word of wisdom, okay, kid? Now, y'all heard that fresh off the press from the young boy, okay? This the youngest. This the youngest boy now. What kind of anointing you said you got?
David.
Oh man, is he raising up the house of David on us on today? Okay. You want to tell the people how you got to get in that revelation thing? You want to tell them what got you in that thing there that you just read?
Mom and Yah in the Bible.
No, how you what you was reading about?
Oh, thoughts.
Thoughts. Wow. Awesome. Did anybody make you write that stuff?
No, not really. But Mom told me to write that stuff because, I did need it.
Did I tell you what to write?
No.
What I told you to do?
Just read the thing and write down what you learned from it.
Oh, so you read something that I told you to go on and read, and then you wrote what you understood.
Yes.
Did you copy that stuff word for word from what you read?
No.
Those your own words?
Yes.
Okay then. Don't say Holy Spirit don't talk through no children now. He will minister to your children if you send your children to minister to him. Okay, boom. All right, so you gonna sit right here while I record?
Yes.
All right. So if you got something to say, you gonna say something?
Yes.
All right. Listen. Real quick, I'm gonna just read y'all something because I was up in here reading myself, and what young boy over here failed to include, okay, is that him was in trouble, okay, right?
Yes.
Can we be honest with the folk?
Yes.
Okay. So him was in trouble. And before I used to be like real heavy in laying hands ministry. You know what I'm talking about? That thing say spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay. Then we'll get that rod, did you not?
Yes.
Oh, okay now.
In your videos.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rebuke the enemy up off my live right now, okay? Listen, I was heavy on laying. Listen, that rod, look, I wasn't abusive to my children now, but I got 4 sons. I ain't play around with them, and I'm a little thing, okay? But I ain't play with these boys.
Heart. Someone was sending heart.
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom.
Who is that, Mom? Shalom?
That's peace, Jaden.
Mr. Peace?
No. It means peace.
Oh.
Anywho, when my boys getting to cutting the fool, right, before I go and lay this smack it down. Am I lying?
No.
All right. You could tell if I start lying, you could go and tell the folk I'm lying. You could say, Mama, you know that ain't true. You could go and tell it, okay? We ain't doing no effects, Jaden. That's not what we be doing on my lives. Okay, let's try it though. You wanna try it? It says it fails to generate. We ain't trying to do all that. I don't want to be on here this long. But look here, before I go laying the smack it down, you know, Father has started dealing with me to deal with them the way he deal with me. So I send them to go read, right? So if they off in pride or rebelliousness or you know, battling with one another, whatever we diagnose the situation, right? You're going to have to sit up or something because, you know, mama arm's short. We diagnose the situation. I ask them, what you think you're struggling with? You know, what you think was the issue at hand? And whatever they say, you know, we go find a word. I send them to go and find a word for it. You know what I'm saying? And they get that word on. And they don't owe me nothing. I tell them all the time, who you doing it for? When you reading that word, who's for?
Yeah.
And who?
Yeshua.
Yes, and who else? When you go read it for yourself, we supposed to teach these children to have a relationship for themselves, right? Because look here, I'm only 5'1", so when they get too big, I mean, they better not be that crazy to try to pop on me. I told them, I'll get the other brothers to jump you, don't play. And I will tase your tail. I will get a little psycho on them, but we ain't going there, right?
No.
Nah, we ain't going there.
Hey, Mom, you're 4'1".
I'm 5'1", Jaden.
Well, I'm 4 something now.
Don't brag. So, anywho, my son was in here cutting the fool while I wasn't here. So, he had to come get in his word, you know. And I so happened to come across a little plan, and I said, I think this would be good for you. First, I asked him what he's struggling with. And what'd you tell me?
I said, what was it called again? I was struggling with my thoughts and...
No. What'd you tell me?
What was it called
What
again?
was your answer?
I forgot.
Oh, man. You want me to tell you?
Yes.
Self-control?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I said, well, Jay, what's your issue? What you struggling with, sir? And he said self-control. But before he came in here, I was already scrolling through my thing. And there was a plan on who's controlling your thoughts. And I said, well, look at y'all one time. And I gave my baby the phone. I said, I think you should read this. So he went and started reading. And that what y'all just heard was what he got out of what he was reading. He ain't done yet. But anywho, that's not what I was doing. Right? So thank you, Jaden. You can chime in when you're ready if you got something to say about what my mama said. But this enemy is after us. That's what I wanted to tell y'all. Okay? And I'm just going to read y'all a little snippet thing of what I was writing. Because he was over there writing. And I was over here writing my own stuff.
You got the story word for word.
I got to tell the truth. And shame the devil. Right? Because he the father of lies, ain't he? So we tell the truth now. I ain't going to get up here and lie. No, I ain't. So look. Instead of busting him upside his dome. Right? Did I bust you to the white meat?
No.
I ain't bust him to the white. I ain't get the laying hands today. I was trying to walk, you know, upright and not bust him, you know. But I had this come settle my soul too, because after I be running around doing what I got to do, I got to quiet myself with my daddy. So I was sitting here doing my own little thing here now. I just want to share with y'all what I wrote down. and I don't really know where to start. But I'm gonna just say captivity because that's what's at the top of this side of my paper. All right, captivity and being bound because I ain't worried about all the stuff that's going on in the world, but inwardly, a lot of people are stuck in captivity. Go ahead and do what you're gonna do, and in bondage, and a lot of it will keep us hostage and not growing. You know what I'm saying? Even about age. Some people are trying to say, I'm 50 years old. It don't matter how old you are. You could be an old fool. Okay? So we have to constantly be in a posture of learning and humbling ourselves and quieting our souls to hear from Yah. Period. Like otherwise, and I'll go into what I got here, the lies of the enemy holds a person hostage in dysfunctional patterns. And this serves as a dual weapon. Now this ain't, I'm just sharing with y'all what I wrote now. Y'all go and have your own little stuff, but this is just from me. And I wasn't planning to come on live. I was writing for myself now. So this, you know. But in reflection of my life, people I know, the lies of the enemy holds people in bondage. It holds us hostage in dysfunctional patterns that serve as a dual weapon. And it causes spiritual heart failure. Because come on, how many people is bitter, unforgiving, you know what I'm saying, unloving, won't help people, you know what I'm saying, unkind, selfish. Those is heart issues. So a lot of times people don't realize they going through high blood pressure and diabetes and all this kind of thing here now in the physical. But if you a believer, and I ain't talking about no church, okay, because church could go ahead and sit down right now, because church ain't setting nobody free. Let me be honest, okay. Church under the deception of the enemy right now. He said we are the church, so we ain't gonna go down that road. But you know, most people are suffering in their bodies. Please close the door. Most people are suffering in a natural state because of their spiritual state, their spiritual condition. Because he says, thank you. He says, before thing manifest in the earthly realm, it happens first in the spirit. So most people sitting around here, like I said, with heart disease and all this kind of thing, it is because spiritually they have a heart disease from this weapon of the enemy here now. So not only does it lead to spiritual heart failure, it also causes paralysis in one's soul. Okay? And I'll just give a little brief description. Some people are caught in addictions. Some people have what my son was describing today, self-control issues. Okay? Anger issues. Come on now, we grown. Sexual issues. Some people can't stay off porn. Okay? Some people can't stop masturbating. Some people can't stop lusting. All of this stuff is an outward manifestation of what is happening spiritually on the inside part. So the enemy will use these things to work together. It's like a double-edged sword. He will use these things to cause spiritual hindrances and then natural hindrances. You understand? So now you out of relationship. I'm gonna just tell you what I got here now. You out of relationship. Let me finish the sentence. With Yah, and then you have dysfunctional or healthy relationships with people. Okay. And then on top of that, you're not even producing fruit in your life that he says we should have. Because he said, be fruitful and multiply. Come on now. So I'll just go ahead back to my notes so I can hop up off of here, right? So, you know, it leads to human paralysis, which work together to keep us from thriving in our vertical relationship, which I said with Yah. So how we live like this from ourselves to Yah and from Yah to us, that vertical piece, it definitely dictates how we deal horizontally with people. So for me, and for perfect example, listen, I'm telling you, I will bust these kids up. Okay, real talk. But the more I started, right? Yeah. I'll tell them, lay across this bed, I'm about to bust your tail up. Okay, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't violate them in that kind of way. But listen here. The more I started growing in my relationship with Yah, I was able to receive download wisdom on how to deal with his sons. These is his sons before they my sons. You see? So now when I got to check them, ain't no battles. I don't contend with my children. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do honorably now, because I'm growing in him. I'm not trying to please my children. I'm not trying to please myself. I'm trying to please my father first. So what he approves of, how he orders me to handle these sons he blessed me with, is how I deal with them. So because I allow for Yah to deal with me and heal me and work with me, I now deal differently with my children, and I redirect them to Yah. I ain't tell them just because your mama says so. No, Father says. And then mama says. You see, because what mama say gonna line up what Yah say. So, and that's just from a parenting aspect, but this goes in marriage, this goes in family, this goes in business, all of that. This should be the foundation. Otherwise, we are letting this enemy run our life. You understand? So when we doing this, when we letting this the lies of the enemy keep us in bondage and keep us hostage, being self-seeking, we can't get revelation. We can't get revelation from Yah, because at this point we in pride. At this point, we letting how we feel, what we desire, what we feel we need, or whatever override what he say do and how he say live. You understand? So again, it creates and perpetuates a cycle of dysfunction. And we quick to say, oh, running the family. No, it don't. Wickedness, that's wickedness running the family. That ain't no what you call this thing? Hereditary disease. You got hereditary spiritual illness. Come on through here. Hereditary spiritual illness. Okay? Your mama was cussing your tail out, your daddy was, but however, it's a spiritual inheritance. Okay, and it could be good or bad. But anywho, let me stick to my notes so I could get up out of here, because this was really my personal writing, not for live. So it causes this type of not living in revelation, not living in righteousness, not living in truth. That's what this is boiling down to. Are you living in truth? When we not living in truth, it causes us to stop developing in our horizontal relationships and experiences. You're gonna see issues in your kids' relationship with your kids. Your kids ain't gonna like your tail. Your wife or your husband ain't gonna like your tail. You're gonna just have unnecessary hardship. And not that it's always you or me, but we have to first look in the mirror, right? So that's just a mature thing to do. That's just a wise thing to do. But we should always be looking for the entry point of the enemy. Where is the enemy lying to that person, or where's the enemy lying to us to get us in discord, to keep us in a cycle of dysfunction? Yes, babe.
When you were talking like spiritual sin and stuff, do you remember when we were all talking about the generational curses, like of drinking and stuff?
Addiction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you said we were the 3 sons of the 4 sons that was in the family again.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's time to break the curse.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely time to break the curse. Mm-hmm. So that's why we doing this. That's why we do this. That's why instead of, and thank you for bringing that up. I don't play when it comes to my sons. Listen, cocaine addiction, okay, alcoholism, child molestation, all this stuff here in the bloodline. I don't keep that stuff secret from my sons. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That word say the blessings or the curses will trickle down in your family for 3 to 4 generations. My sons and my maternal bloodline, I'm the second woman. Only other woman who had 4 sons was my granny. I'm the second woman in the family with 4 sons. Them generational curses shall not be continued. So when Father spoke to me here now, what was this? 2019. March 2019, he said, you're going to be the curse breaker of your family. And all hell broke loose. But let me tell you something, baby. It's working for my good. Okay? Because although I ain't continue that cycle of doing cocaine and stuff like this, I sure enough had to look in the mirror and see other curses that was active in my life. And I had to explain them to my children so that they could understand the type of thing and walk that mama is on so that they don't grow up and be that way. So thank you for saying it. That is part of the dysfunctional patterns. You know what I'm saying, that I'm speaking about. You're right, Jaden. Thank you for that. But anywho, goodness, this is taking longer than I wanted it to. Okay, I just wanted to come on, blast it out, and get off. This is like, whoa. Um, yeah, so it causes us to never progress beyond the prison lines and the limits that the enemy has confined us to. Some people, if you look in your family, you can see educated people who are solid. You know what I'm saying? Got solid work history, a solid education, all this kind of thing, but they still never experience maximum blessings. You know what I'm saying? You still see them struggling, whether it's to have kids, to get married, to be prosperous in any kind of way. You see it. And it's that is exactly what my son brought up, a bloodline curse. And if we don't deal with it, this enemy can get to keep on lying, okay? And making it seem as if this is just a normal thing that's supposed to happen because it's in the family. You understand? So true healing begins with dealing in truth. True healing begins with dealing in truth. You are going to have to look and say, this is unacceptable. It don't matter. Some people, I'm 50 some years old. I've been like this all my life. That's not okay. It's not okay. That does not warrant you to continue in a pattern that you see as dysfunctional. Come on. So we got to start to address the lie. Who told you was ugly? Who told you that you would never get married? Who told you that you gonna always be sick because your mama or your daddy was sick? Who told you this stuff? Who told you that you got to live the way your family history says live? That's not the truth. That's not the truth. So we have to begin our healing in dealing in truth. And the truth is to be contended for. Some people think that, once you say yes to Yah, that your life going to be sweet and hunky-dory. No, it's not. No, the heck it's not. Because let me tell you something. My life was easier when I was in sin. Okay. When I was out here cutting a fool and I knew nothing about this thing here, I wasn't concerned about nothing, but I guess what? I was dying. Look, it wasn't about to be good for no one. Okay? It wasn't about to be good for nobody. And it was feeling good because I was just living my best life. Okay? When you say yes and you start coming into truth, I ain't talking about church. I ain't talking about no religion. I ain't talking about that. I am not talking about the antics. I'm talking about truth. Truth. When you sitting up in that closet, when you sitting up in your car, in your room, in your shower, and you can hear. You understand? I'm talking about the unadulterated truth of Yah. It's healing in that thing. Some people like, oh, Erica, you the same girl who used to, yes, I was the same turn up queen, baby. Yes, that's me. No shame, okay? The truth is to be contended for. You got to fight for this. This ain't about to be no walk in the park. When you really look at, I'm gonna get to this thing here now. Let me. I'm gonna say this. When you think of the truth shall set you free. Being free is costly. It's gonna cost you something to be free. It's gonna cost you a couple people. It might be a lot of people in my case. Okay. It's gonna cost you some things. Because don't get it twisted. The enemy will reward your tail for living recklessly, okay? He will reward you. So you got to fight for truth. The enemy wants you to believe every lie that he ever told you about yourself. He wants you to believe it. And when you start to come into truth, he's going to try to destroy you. Steal, kill, and destroy is always his mission, baby. The truth is the first and primary thing that the enemy steals, kills, and destroys. Because it's a vantage point for every valuable thing that's in you. This enemy ain't just when you whoring, he don't care. When you drinking and drugging, yeah, look, you chilling, you good with the devil here now. But baby, when you start to come into truth and you start to realize that your body is the house of Holy Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh, when you start to really understand that you are the son or daughter of the Most High King, listen here. When you start to really understand, he say be sober-minded and watchful, that thing starts shifting something in you. Now your battle gonna begin. Because I'm telling you, this thing started for me when you started bringing me out. I started saying, what the heck? Here now I'm starting to really, really try to obey you, and hell gonna cut the fool like this in my life. I was confused. But it come with the territory. That enemy is not happy about you turning your back on him. Period. Before we come into truth, we are whores to the devil. Yeah. Y'all calls us prostitutes. The Most High in that Bible calls us prostitutes when we living in sin. Yes, he do. Go and read. Prostitute, harlot, whore, hoe, thought. What you slut? Okay, the B word. You want me to go there? This what he call us now. So don't tell me, just like a broad that's trying to get up from under a pimp, that ninja come for her, don't he? Same thing with the devil. Same thing with the kingdom of darkness. The minute your tail start coming into truth, he gonna pursue your tail like a pimp after his hoe. Period. And he coming to bust your tail up, okay? So this is why you got to know truth. Because you got to know who gonna fight for you. You got to know who your real guard is. I ain't trying to go there now. But listen here. The enemy comes for this. The most thing that the enemy don't want you to have, he don't care if you get some money. He don't care if you get houses and cars and Prada bag, whatever the heck going on out there in the world. You know, I ain't about that life. Okay? He don't care if you get none of that. The one thing that joker want to keep from you is truth. We all know the truth shall set you free. We know that, right, from church. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall cost you something. The enemy don't want that, because he know if you get truth, baby, you is a beast at that point. He know the moment you start receiving truth and living in truth, that you are a problem for him. You understand? So this is the most valuable thing a person can have. And the enemy wants to exploit the truth and plunder that person. He wants to plunder you, flat out. The trick of the enemy is to exploit and plunder each of us. And while doing so, catch this now, this still go back to captivity and bondage. While he plunder and exploit you can't talk. That's what he did with me. Like, girl, all that weed you smoke, you think you hearing from Yah? You remember when you was turning up in them clubs, Erica? You think Yah about to use you to talk to his people? You think he about to use you to heal the brokenhearted? You think he about to use you to call light to them people in dark places? You think he about to use you to set them captives free? Yes, he is. But guess what? If I kept listening to the enemy, my mouth would be shut. You hear? If I listen to the enemy, I'm gonna remember. Your mama was like this. You ain't know your daddy. You grew up in the hood. Girl, you remember that nigga over there you slept with? You remember him too? Oh, yeah. Ain't you been divorced? Oh, ain't you going? You understand what I'm saying? He will pour out and pull out any and every nasty, ugly, shameful, painful, crazy thing that you ever experienced in your life, just to keep your tail from knowing truth and believing in truth and living truth. You understand? Because it's not enough just to know it now. You got to believe it and you got to live it. Okay? So this ain't no joke for me. This ain't a joke. You know, I often say I ain't trying to die no premature death. But let me tell you something here. I always listen here. If that devil didn't kill my tail when I knew nothing about the Most High, oh, baby, he got to run for his money now. I ain't turning back. You understand? I don't care what I'm facing or what I'm going through. This thing here shall be what I leave up out this earth with, okay? Because he tell me he got an eternal resting place for me, okay? So I ain't tripping about this here life now. The most passionate thing I got in my life right now is truth. And to share truth with those who are stuck in the same prisons that I was stuck in. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially, okay? Let me move on so I can get gone. Okay. Where am I? I just want to read the note and get off. Father, help me. The trick of the enemy is to exploit and plunder each of us. And while doing so, he wants to wrap us up in the effects. You was raped. What you doing? You better sit over there with them depression pills. You was raped. Your mama died. Your mama gave you up. Your daddy raped you, molested you, abused you. He wants us to live in the effects of the attack he sent. Come on. And he wants us to believe him now. The father of lies. He wants us to believe it. The ties in our soul. These things, I hate my mama. I hate my husband. Oh, my baby daddy was, we get to go here. My sister did this and my best friend did that. My brother, them the soul ties.
Your phone is at 9.
Oh, baby, thank you. Pull that extension cord this way, baby, and plug it in. Thank you so much. I ain't even see. Your mama, I don't pay attention. My baby had to tell me my phone about to die. Okay. Thank you, babe. He wants us to believe these lies and be soul tied in it. This why, going back up, okay, this heart condition, this spiritual heart failure I mentioned earlier. This why you got to be free. This why you got to come about this captivity, and it typically starts with forgiveness now. I don't know why, but listen. Go and forgive who you need to go and forgive, even if they never say sorry. Okay? The best way to forgive somebody and to heal from their mess and the wickedness that they pull on you is start to pray for them. I'm telling you flat out. That thing is better than... I used to smoke me some good weed. Can I say this? I used to smoke me some good weed. This reward of forgiveness and release from bitterness and anger, and let me help myself here. Let me tell my truth. I can't tell y'all business, but I tell my business. Sister was the queen of vengeance. Didn't even know I was being Jezebel. Didn't even know that was witchcraft. Okay, let me be flat out honest. I was like, oh, you did what to me? Oh. And let me tell you something. Satan will give me some bright ideas, okay, on how to get back at a joker. Praise Yah for deliverance. So I'm going to tell you, the best way to get loose from these effects and these ties up in your soul that cause heart failure, go and forgive.
I remember when you got loose out there when you punched that guy.
Look, Jada, you want to tell my business? I did. But that's different. My baby trying to bring up when I punched this dude in the... at this place. He had put his hands on my children, and I did. I punched. Listen, cleaned this clock up. Okay, sent his tail over the table. Now I'm saved. I ain't soft. Don't get it twisted. These hands still work. Now I can lay these hands to deliver you. I can lay these hands to deliver you. Now don't get it twisted. Okay, and that's a mic check for somebody. That's a mic check for somebody. Don't let somebody's salvation get you twisted up. Okay, because sister girl still come from her mama, and my mama trained me well. Okay. Listen now, let me get going. The ties in our soul that often perpetuate lies. A lot of times we have one lie from the enemy, 2 lies from the enemy, and he'll let that thing cycle up in our mind. We sitting up here making these confessions. I ain't never going to do it, and I ain't never going to do this for nobody else. And that ain't nothing but the work of the enemy now. The best thing you could do to get free from this captivity and this bondage is to do exactly what that enemy telling you shouldn't do no more. Oh, don't trust no more. You sure should. Don't love again. You sure should. Don't help nobody else. You sure should. Don't forgive him. You remember what he did last time and the time before that? Yes, you sure should. Yes, you sure should. Okay? This is how you stay clear or get free of soul ties. All right? And repent. Go and tell Father, listen here, Daddy. This is how I talk to my daddy. I don't know how y'all be praying. But listen here. I talk to my father the same way I'm talking to y'all. I be like, Daddy, listen. This chick done got me twisted, and I really want to bust her teeth up out her mouth. But because you had said vengeance is yours, Father, I'm going to need you to help me, because right now I'm feeling real wicked. I tell him the truth now. And I'm going to tell you what. He send that Holy Spirit up and through here and quiet that thing right on down. And he embraced me, and he ended up giving me a word for it. Don't play. But listen. When This is the other side of the trick of the enemy too. We experience the stuff that we experience, and I wanted to just read one little section to y'all, and he had me go and tell y'all the whole thing here now. We experience what we experience, right? There's effects from what we experience. We ain't gonna act like, oh, we just go through stuff and we so holier than thou that we don't feel nothing. You gonna feel something. You human. Period. Okay? But in your core, you are a spirit being. So you can't get stuck at being human. I hope that helps somebody. You cannot get stuck at being human. Oh, that's just me. He know my heart. Listen, if wickedness up in your heart, he know that too. Stop it. So we ain't gonna do this. What's up?
So, Mom, you remember when like you were talking about like the spirit of like drinking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when you were trying to go back to it, but then you said that it didn't feel good at all.
Mm-hmm. So you want me to plug that up in here?
Yes.
He trying to extend my message, y'all. What my baby talking about is when you get set free. Right after I was like, okay, I'm healed. I'm delivered from this stuff. And I'm very transparent with my babies, like I told y'all. I tried to go back, okay? And that thing ain't feel good. Not so much physically didn't feel good, but my spirit had grown so much. Praise be to Yah. My spirit grew so much that, you know how the Bible say, don't return to your vomit? That's what it was like. The very thing I used to enjoy grieved me when I tried to go back to it, if that makes sense. So that's what he's talking about. You know, kids get up here and tell you business, you know. So that's the business, all right? So when you get set free, go and be set free. And this ain't no, you know, it's almost like if you've been set free from cursing. You might experience something good or bad and that thing slip up out your mouth. That don't mean like, oh my God, God hate me because I done. Or you got free from drinking and you go have a sip. Or you got free from smoking and you go take a puff. Be convicted, but don't live in condemnation. Okay, that's a lot of enemy. A lot of enemy will say, "Oh, see, God ain't real. You know, y'all ain't real. The Most High ain't real. He ain't really deliver you because look how you went over there and smoked that blunt. Look how you went over there and took that drink. Look how you went over there and cussed. Look how you punched her in her face." No, that don't mean that. No, don't believe that. Don't believe that. Go on, repent. And repent means stop now. Turn away now. Say sorry and go on, turn away from it now. It don't mean continue just because I did it one time. I'm going to keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? But don't be in bondage. I thank you, Jaden, because that's a good point. That's captivity. That's bondage. All right? But look, and Jaden, I want to be done. So, baby, don't I want to get done.
Wow.
So when we get caught, when we fail to give our hearts to Yah. So say you've been molested or raped, cheated on, lied to, used, somebody, you know, you helped, stole your stuff, you know, don't have me tell my business now. Somebody don't check, okay? Give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Be honest and transparent about it with him, but give it to him and leave it there. Give it to him and leave it there. That keep your soul from being tied up. And where am I? When we don't do this, we continue it. We continue to live in the lies and the sin. You know what I'm saying? The wickedness of it. And this causes us not only to hurt others, but to also self-destruct. So you got people who been molested or raped or, you know what I'm saying, abused, rejected by their parents or anything. Okay, give me a second. You know, they done experience some stuff and now they growing up and they like robbing and stealing or doing drugs or getting drunk or being promiscuous. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the aspect of self-destruct. So while the enemy make you think that you're doing something to please yourself, you're actually killing yourself. So even people sitting back drinking, you're killing yourself. Oh, my mama left me. My mama gave me up for adoption. My mama abused me and I got raped. So that's why I drink so much. So they hurt you and now you hurt you. Come on, you got to break the cycle. Come about the captivity. Come about the bondage. You understand? What you want to say about self-destruction, kid?
So you know how destruction, you destroy stuff. So if you're drinking and stuff, and then y'all bring you out of it, Satan will like try to get you back to it. And if you don't, he'll send bad things to your life. And if you do, if you go back to it because you want it to stop, you're basically turning on Yah, and they'll cause you to destroy yourself.
That's true. Facts. Boom. Y'all heard that. All right. So this self-destruction typically happens through sin. Like I said, sex, addiction, robbing and stealing. You could go through the whole false God worship, all these different things. You can just look long list of sin. Now we ain't gonna sit here and go A through Z about sin. So it usually happens though through a sin that we enjoy, right? So like for me, it was drinking and weed and cussing. Now I realize I'm cussing and I'm cussing myself. I'm cursing myself when these loose lips flying off the handle. You see what I'm saying? I'm sitting here smoking, clouding my mind, not allowing for me to get revelation of what he says in spite of my situation. So now I'm stuck. You see? So, like I said, it typically is a sin that we enjoy. Sex. Come on. I know, look, that was a thing for me now. Not that I was promiscuous, but come on. He said don't lay with somebody you ain't married with. We all got to repent. Stop playing. We all know a Jimmy or a Susie, okay? That just do what they do the right way, and we was enjoying it. And it wasn't our husbands or our wives. Stop playing. Let me move on from that because y'all don't want to talk about this. So it's usually self-destruction, but because it feels good and it's pleasing to us, we don't see. We don't see. This is the blinding factor, the blinding lie of the enemy. You don't see the destruction that you're doing because you're enjoying yourself. You see? And oh my goodness, imagine you sipping your liquor, but somebody got the liquor is poison, but somebody done got something up in your drink. You just steady enjoying yourself, or you sleeping with this ninja and he giving you an STD. You understand what I'm saying? But bigger than that, we going against the Most High, and He's just and He's fair. So He got to repay us for our wickedness, right? So you see, it all the lie, one little lie. You little ugly little girl. You little ugly little boy. No one loves you, little girl. No one loves you, little boy. Whatever the lie started from. Look how it grows and look how long it takes to get set free if you ever set free. Come on. We got to see this. Everybody wants to talk about this COVID-19 and all this stuff here. But what about your soul? We getting away from that. Everybody's so worried about the news. What about your soul, he says? What about the condition of your heart? Way more important than this plain demonic stuff that they got going on around here, okay? So this is the optimal ploy and tactic of the enemy because it first gets us away from truth. And it gets us off with Yah, and then it sinks us in a trap. How many people on dialysis right now? They spent 20, 30, 40 years drinking. Enjoying themselves now. The made babies they ain't take care of. The hurt men and women that they ain't, come on now, that they should have been good to. Drugging and all this kind of thing here now. And now they older and the body broken down. The destruction. Self-destruction off of self-pleasing. Sure can't enjoy that drink now, can you? Sure can't enjoy that line of coke or that girl booty over there or that ninja thing over there. You can't enjoy it, you see? So don't let your pleasures get you in trouble now. It's a trap. And it's connected to the Bible lists 3 things: lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. It always goes back to one of those 3 things, if not all 3. So we can't be ignorant of the enemy's devices. Yes, this good old Delta weed that they got out now, right? A device. All the date sites. Everybody sending them kind of nude pics and such like this here, videos and everything. Look how crafty this thing is. A device. A device. I know I said it was going to be short, right? But thankfully I'm done. So we can't forget that the initial breach, the initial door for all of this stuff is a lie from the enemy. And it comes from It's often initiated. There's other ones, but I just have wrote down what made me get on here was that he's after us. I had wrote down pain, abuse, betrayal, and I started to write the list. But when I got to betrayal, I seen the letters and he said it's an APB out on my people. I said APB. I said, ain't that a police term? So Jada was down there. That's how he up here with his notebook because he was down there writing using my phone. And I said, I need to see my phone right quick because I know APB is something with the police, you know. And sure enough, it's an all-point bulletin. And this is what the enemy got on our lives. A all-point bulletin. Your mama was a cokehead. Your grandmama, your great-grandmama, your daddy was this. Your great-granddad, your granddaddy was that. You see that? That APB. He got all points. And then when it come to your life, remember you did this, remember you did that. All-point bulletin about your tail. So now when you come into truth and Father start to set your tail free, here he come. He like, all demons go after him. All demons go after her, that APB. You know, that Bolo. Be on the lookout for her, for him. All because you start to discover truth. Truth is your weapon to overcome the works of the enemy. Get in that word. And I did not want this video to be this long, my yah. But good gosh almighty, and he wants to continue to drag it out. This word will set you free.
I gotta say something, Mom.
Say it, boy.
When you are wise, you have to develop from Yah. You have to accept the right thing to do. But everyone is taking the mark of the beast and choosing the path of the world. If you really want knowledge, you have to accept Yah. You have to follow the guidance of Yah. Yah will help you if you stop idolatry.
That's a message for somebody. What's the last part you said?
Yah will help you if you stop idolatry.
What's idolatry, Jaden?
Like an idol saying you like do and love more than Yah.
That is good. Y'all hear that? Now that is from the mouth of an 8-year-old now. Idolatry. Come out of idolatry. And what you said about the mark of the beast, what? Let me read that again. Somebody be listening. When you wrote that?
You remember when you told us to start doing Proverbs and Psalms?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's when I wrote it.
Wow. Come on.
Oh, you want me to choose the one where it says the mark of the beast?
Yeah, I want you to reread what you got. That was good, Jaden.
When you are wise, you have to develop from Yah. You have to accept the right thing to do. But everyone is taking the mark of the beast and choosing the path of the world. If you really want knowledge, you have to accept Yah. You have to follow the guidance of Yah. Yah will help you if you stop idolatry.
Wow. And what does that say over there? I see something else you got over here. Listen here. Don't tell me. What's that say over there?
Psalms 1.
You better train up your children the way they should go, okay? Because my mama ain't trained me up in no word. Yeah, yes, go ahead. What you got over there? I got a peep of that thing, and it look like you wrote something good, boy.
If you obey Yah, you won't dry up in the famine. Yah will see your wicked heart and let the death angel pass by.
Wow. That's a perfect way to close off this live, okay? I'm glad my boy was listening. Because, yes, I sure do tell him, go. Y'all don't know what to read? Go read Psalms and Proverbs now. And I don't want you to just read it. I need to know what you heard in your spirit when you was reading. You think that one good? Go and read it, Jaden. You making my live even longer, boy. But go on, do your thing. You doing your thing good.
Even if you have 1 million men against you, if you follow Yah, He will protect you. But if you're not Yah, if you're not But if you're not faithful to Yah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying wrong in the thing.
No, go start over. I think you just lost your place.
Even if you have 1,000,000 men against you, if you follow Yah, He will protect you. But if you're not in Yah, Yah will lift His hand off your life, and your spirit will die.
Boom. Boom. That's it. Mic drop. We done here. We done?
Yes.
We done. Adios.